$100,000. That's right, today I'll be building a $100,000 stock portfolio. This stock portfolio is going to have an income focus, so we're primarily looking at dividend paying stocks.
Enlighten me.
I'm going to show you the platform that I use, what I use for research to decide what are the stocks I'm going to place into this portfolio, and I'll show you how you can get started too, even if you don't have $100,000 to invest today. So if you're ready, let's go. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Wealth Hacker Labs. I'm your grateful host, Jeff Rose, and this is the channel dedicated to teaching you new ways to build wealth that is not taught to you in schools or by your parents. And this video is by popular demand. A couple of weeks ago, I recorded an M1 Finance review video, and from that video, I teased that I wanted to build a $100,000 portfolio focusing on dividend paying stocks, and just asked, like, are you interested? And many of you said yes.
Yes, I will do that.
For those that are new to the channel or didn't check out the M1 Finance video, you still have time because I have a link in the description, but if not, that's okay. First, I just want to give you a brief rundown of why am I choosing M1 Finance to build this $100,000 stock portfolio. The first reason is M1 Finance's investment pie concept. For those that aren't familiar with how their investment pies work, don't worry, we're going to dive into that in great detail in this video. Reason number two is M1 Finance gives you the ability to open up a trust account. Right now, I have a self-directed 401k account which operates like a trust. So that's why I was able to transfer a large amount, in this case, $100,000 into my M1 Finance account because it's my 401k. Now, before we get started, I feel like I need to offer this disclaimer. Although technically I am an investing professional, do not treat this as investment advice. Before you start investing, make sure that you speak to an investment professional that can better understand what you are trying to achieve your financial goals. This video is for educational purposes only, and also, let's have some fun. So I think it's worth noting, yes, I'm a certified financial planner, but for the most part, I never really did a lot of research on individual stocks. It just wasn't part of my practice. It wasn't part of my business. A lot of my clients didn't really own a lot of individual stocks. And for me, it really just wasn't something I was really fascinated with. I mean, I know you're probably surprised. What? I was more fascinated on the entrepreneur side, building the online business. That being said, I do have a decent understanding of being in the financial services industry for over 16 years, but I thought I would at least offer that disclaimer. Like, this is not something that I'm super passionate about, but also recognize this is something that I do need and I'm excited to share with you. So as I began thinking about how would I research building a $100,000 portfolio that's trying to net me $1,000 a month, which obviously is a very high dividend yield. You would need about 12% dividend yield. So I don't think I'm going to get really close to that unless I want to take a lot of risk. And that's not something I'm really interested in. But just want to utilize first tool number one here, recognizing that AI is a very popular tool nowadays. So why not pull up some ChatGPT just so that we can see, can ChatGPT help me or help you build a dividend portfolio? Now, I already tested this out, so I'm going to show you what I typed in, and I did make a bit of a twist to this. So here's what I typed in originally. All right, so here's what I typed. ChatGPT. I have $100,000. I'm investing into a dividend stock portfolio where I'm looking to generate $12,000 per year or $1,000 per month. I want to build a portfolio that consists of 80% stocks that are either dividend aristocrats or dividend kings. More on that in one sec. The remaining 20% can be MLPs, master limited partnerships, or REITs, real estate investment trusts. Can you help me build a portfolio of 20 to 30 stocks that have a high enough dividend yield to achieve my goal? Please include the dividend yield of the stocks in your analysis. Please write in English. English is always good. So that is the prompt. Let me get this out here. And so for those real quick, let me first address dividend aristocrats. This is just a type of dividend stock that has a history of paying, not only paying dividends, but also increasing the dividends over, I think it's, I want to say 25 years, maybe 30 years. Don't quote me. We can do some research. So basically what I'm looking for is I don't want risky dividend stocks. I want dividend stocks that have a good track record of not only paying, but also increasing. Dividend kings are also something similar. The reason I did 80% there, that would be the more safer option. With the MLPs or the REITs there, that would definitely be more of a higher risk. You see more volatility in the stock price. So just to kind of give you an idea like what I'm looking at and what I'm trying to do here. So after I put that in, let's see what it says. All right, go ChatGPT. You go! So here's 80% portfolio. We got AT&T, AbbVie, Altria, Chevron, Coca-Cola, Exxon, IBM, People's United Bank, Walgreens, Boots Alliance. Got some MLPs in here. Now, so that once again, this is like ChatGPT as of 2021. Did I not select? I did GPT-4, but okay. That gives us like a good start. Now, does that mean that I'm going to just take everything that ChatGPT here and start buying? No, I'm just going to take note. But this just gives you a good idea. Now, I'll give you another resource. Unfortunately, this is not a free resource. When I started thinking about dividends, this is actually a couple years ago. I'm not really sure what I was doing. Maybe I was actually, I think I was actually going to build this portfolio and I never did it until now. Somewhere just being in the online space, I had came across this website called suredividend.com. And I'm not really sure who the founder is. I know that they have actually written a guest post on my blog, Good Financial Sense, and I'll have a link to that in the description if you want to check that out. But this is something that I actually pay for. And they do all this analysis on all these dividend paying stocks, and it's not super expensive. I want to say I'm spending maybe 59 bucks a year, maybe 99. I think it's one of those, like, if you don't sign up initially, they'll give you like a discount. Anyway, so this is behind a paid wall. They have a ton of free resources too you can check out. But so here's the Dividend Kings, here's blue chip stocks, dividend achievers, dividend aristocrats, dividend contenders, and I don't even know some of these. If you want dividend growth stocks, high dividend stocks, monthly dividend stocks, then you can actually do it by dividend day if you're trying to build out a portfolio where you're getting paid on a certain month. So you've got that monthly paycheck coming in. You got index, you got industries. I mean, they break it down. Berkshire Hathaway, this is all very fascinating. Actually, Carl Icahn is in here. So, I mean, you can pull up anything. Now, I wanted to keep this simple, so I was looking at the dividend aristocrats. So I went ahead, pulled up a Google sheet, and let me go to a different view so I can see here. And let me go ahead and increase that. So this is all the dividend aristocrats. And I think there's about 68 stocks total. And I'm totally drawing a blank here. I'm pretty sure that they make adjustments to the holdings like in this dividend aristocrat portfolio every quarter. Don't quote me on that. So this is something that is updated quite frequently. But you can like start going through here and looking at the dividend yields. And let me go ahead and just pull up this and let me do a sort. Yeah. So boom. All of a sudden now I've got the top dividend yields of the dividend aristocrats all here. And I wish I could share this with you. Once again, unfortunately, this is a paid wall, but at least you can kind of see, you can take a screenshot if you want and look up, do some research on your own stocks. So looking at here, so let me go back, I'll pull this over here. So we had ChatGPT. It was saying Walgreens was in there. Yep. How about AT&T? But we got Realty Income Corp as a REIT. 3M's in here. Leggett and Platt. That wasn't one, right? Yeah. So basically, just kind of comparing here. Now, once again, this is from 2021. So if there have been made any updates, and I assumed that Verizon, which is actually not in here. Where's Verizon at? Okay, but at least now that gives us something to work with. So these are two resources. And once again, you can actually go online and you can type in dividend aristocrats and you could look at the entire portfolio. I'm sure there's a free resource out there. I don't know if it's as pretty as this Google sheet, but nonetheless, like I promise you, you can find it.
Stick to the list and you'll do great. I have total faith in you.
So that is resource number one. And then obviously we're talking about M1 Finance here, right? So even using their own research, so if I actually open my account, go into my M1 Finance account, go into research, you can look at stocks, and let's look at market cap. So I want let's say at least a million, billion maybe. And then PE ratio, I'll do that. Let's do 3 on the dividend yield. And then boom, all of a sudden, here you go. You've got ExxonMobil, Chevron, AbbVie, Bank of America, Pfizer, Verizon's in here, BHP Group. I don't even know who they are. You can see, like, you can go off on a few tangents, but it gives you a rough idea. Like now we've got, oh, it looks like it reset. Let's go back here. So minimum market cap, just basically says like how big or how small the company is. Minimum dividend yield is 3%. And you could, once again, sort that, but then you pull up some stocks like this, which 1 year is down 49%. That's a little bit more risky than I want to look at. A lot of these look like they could be overseas stocks, so don't want to go there. So I'm definitely staying in this range here. So let's go and reset. All right, but we definitely have some good ones to get started. So I have some stocks I want to add to my portfolio. Now, with regards to M1 Finance, this is a bit more of a technical. So I actually called them or had them call me so that I could make sure that I did this correctly. So this is my current portfolio. And I have this crypto pie, which if you actually go in this crypto pie, there is only one holding. It's a ProShares Bitcoin strategy. But, and then I have these individual stocks. So these all represent individual slices. So there's a few different ways. Like the one thing I was really concerned with when I was looking at this was I didn't want to add a slice or add a pie, add a slice. Because basically what I'm looking to do here is I want to create a slice inside my portfolio, kind of like I did with this crypto pie. And within this slice, there is a dividend pie inside of it. So instead of seeing individual stocks here, like you see Tesla, Amazon, Dropbox, etc., you would see a dividend pie. And inside that pie, there would be a bunch of different slices of dividend paying stocks that we were just looking at. And with me transferring in, so I transferred in 100 grand. It's currently sitting in cash. What I didn't want to do is I wanted to just invest 100K. I didn't want to mess up any of the portfolio that I currently have. I didn't want to sell anything. And I just want to make sure I didn't screw it up, basically. And they said there's a couple different ways that you can do it. But anytime you're like, if I create a new pie and let's say, but it's going to be 100K, I can just allocate 1% to that pie. And it doesn't, all these percentages here don't factor. This is only if I'm adding new money on a monthly basis. So if you have like an automatic contribution or automatic deposit going in, that's the only time that any of these percentages would really matter. So you can make any percentage what you want. Obviously, if you were to do a rebalance, that would trigger selling off, you know, because like right now, as an example, like looking at my Tesla stock, my actual is the actual 17, my target's 14. So basically you would sell off to make sure that was the right percentage. But that's only if you did a rebalance or if you're doing monthly contributions. Since this is going to be a manual purchase, I can go ahead and do it and it's not going to matter. All right, the other thing, if you are doing this on your own, there's actually 2 different ways that you can build a new pie. If you want to go ahead and hit edit here, and then from here, you could create a pie and then name it your whatever you want to name it. In this case, it would be a dividend stock pie, and then start adding to it. But some people are a little concerned on this because basically you are doing a quote unquote live edit to your portfolio. So you won't screw it up until you get to the end. But another way that you can do it is if you go to, let's see, what was it? I think it is. Now, another way you can do it is that you can go to research, and then from there, you'll see my pies. And then here you can create as many pies as you want. And basically they are, I guess we'll call them draft pies. Like they're actually not live. And then if you want to, then when you're ready to add it to your portfolio, you would just click it here, boom, and then decide what is the percentage that you'd want to add for, I guess choose the account, and then add it, and then you would decide the percentage. So I'm actually going to do it this way. I just like this way, that way in case I don't want to mess anything up. So this is how we're going to do it.
This is how we do it.
All right, go ahead and select build a stock and fund pie. And then we're going to name this dividend stock pie, so original. Now let's start adding slices. Now one of the slices, going back to the research here, I'm going to definitely add AT&T. I might even do Verizon. I know that's both in the telecommunications. So add to basket, and then at the bottom here, which you cannot see, there you go. There's a little add button. Click the add button, and then boom, it has been a slice has been added to the pie. So now let's add another slice. There might be like, I don't know if you get to do this individually, but what was on the Dividend Aristocrat? Let's do Walgreens.
One hour later.
Another thing I thought I should point out is that you can also utilize M1 Finance's own research in their expert pies. So if you click on the expert pies tab here, looking for, once again, we're looking for income, we're looking for dividends. So we would look at the income earners, click on that. And then from here, this is their portfolios that they have created. So if I look at a global dividend, I don't want to do any bonds. So I click on the global dividend portfolio, which reason I'm picking that is because if you see here, there's a dividend yield of 3.598%. So click on that. There is 5 holdings, and look, basically they are different ETFs. And the one I think that I was interested in is, look, this is more on the risky side, so I would kind of like think of this as a lower weight. There's this Wisdom Tree Emerging Markets High Dividend Fund. Click on that. It has a dividend yield of 7.12%. But basically, this is an ETF, so we're not looking at one stock. You can see here the profile. This tracks a dividend-weighted index of emerging market stocks ranked in the top 30% by dividend yield. And if you want to click on it, you can. So anyway, just want to show you that as another way that you can utilize the research that M1 Finance has done through their expert pies if you're not confident in trying to choose your own. Okay, so I'm not fully done here, but I do have a decent amount of holdings so far based on looking at Dividend Aristocrats, that Google Sheet I had, going back to M1 Finance using their expert pies, also the ChatGPT, what it told me to do. So let me just go ahead and continue. So there it is. So right now, once again, this has not been added to my portfolio. It's here. But then if I want to add it to the portfolio, I would just select here, select the account. Let's go ahead and add it. And then decide the percentage. So it's 1%, right? Yeah, so there's that 1%. So I need to remove 1% on something. Let's go ahead and remove it from the crypto pie. That's not going to affect that much. Let's hit continue, hit confirm. So boom, here it is added to the portfolio. As you can see now, there has not been any money added. At the time of this recording, I'm after the trade window. So if I did execute this trade, it wouldn't happen. But if we click on this dividend stock pie, I hope that you'll see, yep, all of the different holdings. And right now it's an even 10% of each one. So what would happen now, since I have cash, where does that show? So currently I have $106,000. So in this case here, if I wanted to add 100K to that dividend stock pie, a few things, I could click on this and hit buy, or I could find it up here and hover over it. And let's see. Oh, so it'd be the 1%. Boom, there it is. So then dividend stock pie, do I want to transfer? So if I wanted to add money to this dividend stock pie, there's a few different options. They showed me where you can actually hover over either the individual holdings or your pies. So if I hover over the dividend stock pie, you can see the little hand comes up, click on that. And then you can see I have a current cash balance of 106,000. So right now there's nothing in here. If I hit buy, and then you can see I have current buying power, that 106 is up there again. So if I want to do 100K, continue. So this would then confirm purchasing 100K into that dividend stock pie that would then go evenly distributed into the different individual holdings that you see here. And then that's how you would build a separate pie. I hope that's not too confusing. It really is like a really cool game changer, because when I think about if I were to build a portfolio and I want some of it to be aggressive, I want some of it to be more conservative, I want something that's focused more on growth, something that's more on dividends, maybe I want something in crypto, maybe I want to focus on a certain sector. Like, that's where you can build these pies inside your portfolio. so that you're like, hey, I want to add more money to my conservative portfolio or my more aggressive, but it's all in the same account, which is really awesome. Like I've never seen any other financial software investment platform do anything like this with M1 Finance. Not to mention like just using the whole research tab, doing the research on stocks. I mean, it's just so easy to use. All right, y'all, I'm gonna do some more research before I finalize this purchase. I feel like I want to add maybe 3 to 4, maybe 5 holdings total. I will take a screenshot of the final dividend stock pie so that you can see it. I'll share it on the community tab on YouTube so that you can see it. And once again, I have a link to this video. Once again, if you found any value from this, be sure to like, subscribe, share with a friend, share the wealth if you don't mind. Until next time, this is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, it's your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time, peace.